Hello, my name is Trudy Pollard. I live in Bedfordale in Western Australia. I'm a textile artist and I just love working with natural dyes. I have been captured by colour all my life. I've always been an artist, always, and I like working with natural materials, natural fabrics, and the plants and trees that grow all around me. It's always fascinated me, and then when I was a child, I always wondered, why is that flower pink and the one next to it sort of reddish and the other one is yellow when they're all growing together? And it always wondered how that happened. So always fascinated with nature, and so I think I've always been an artist all my life. Making and creating is simply part of my life. It keeps me healthy mentally and physically. It's kind of meditation for me, especially making. I use knitting, crocheting, linens, silks, wools, drawing, paper, cellulose, and the different seasons of the year also gives me different colors from the same tree. Things might be much more vibrant after summer, because the tree's hung on to all its colour, all the water is precious, and after winter it's plentiful and it's different colours. In a few lessons later I will show you the difference when we're doing our immersion colours. When I sometimes travel, because certain things are flowering or blossoming in different areas, and I always then introduce myself to the people that are living there, and I listen to their story. I ask them about when did they come there, what are they growing, what are they doing, and some of the stories are just absolutely wonderful. They tell me. And very often I ask them, can I bury some things on your farm for a few months? Bury them in different soils, and I will put notes. I know exactly where they are because I have special markers for that. And it's amazing how absolutely friendly people are and really love to tell their historical facts of their family and how things. So there I'm just listening to so much interesting West Australian stories and about their grandparents and great-grandparents and what they did, and how perhaps great-grandmother made waggas, which are the Australian quilts made from Australian wool, made from Australian plants, from bits and pieces. And I will tell you about that more later on too. Very good. It's actually a very good thing to listen to nature, because in Australia we're having the 4 seasons, which is really European seasons. Really, in Australia, if we listen to our Indigenous people, there are 6 seasons, and I would very much like to tell you about those seasons in further episodes when we are doing the natural dyes, because they're quite important in Australia. I absolutely love making handmade things, therefore I use all sorts of things. I use old kimonos, I unpick things, I sometimes over dye things in natural dyes. I use silk velvet and linens and cottons and all sorts of things, but also very much recycle, use old with new, and repurpose things. And sometimes that looks absolutely beautiful if you've made a beautiful pieces of handmade, your own colors, your own stitching, and then all of a sudden there's a lovely small piece of a Japanese kimono or a French piece of a scarf that was really worn out, but there was still a little piece that was beautiful. So I incorporate that. So when you look at the fabrics, everywhere you go, let it speak to you. And sometimes the next project you use, you might not need that piece. But in the future, all of a sudden you've got all those pieces in a lovely box, and then you think, that piece I picked up somewhere and it's got a memory. That's exactly what I need now in this little coat or shirt or wall hanging or quilt or whatever you want to make. Artwork is a completely eco-friendly practice. I use no chemicals, I use rainwater, and I use a lot of recycled equipment and stuff that I find somehow in garage sales and opportunity shops and secondhand, and friends are getting to know me, so when they're getting rid of stuff, they always ask me, can you use this, Trudy? Is this suitable for you? And many times I can, and if I don't, I say, would you mind if I now share this with other people, because I know some friends that actually haven't got this stuff. I have it, so I then share it with other people. All the value in that is so good for your own well-being and your loved ones around you. It's a quiet time, and it's caring for, if you've made something and you wear it, and you will be surprised how many people say, where did you get that? And then you say, I made it. But where did you get the fabric? I made it. And how did you make it? And all of a sudden you are teaching and showing other people. And of course there's everything in my life I share, because people are intrigued with how it came, where it came. And when I don't say, well, it's that tree just growing in my garden and the green leaves give me a lovely orangey, peachy colour, they think, really? So don't be afraid of sharing and being a teacher, and therefore very slowly getting people environmentally friendly and sustainable, and it's precious. And when it starts to wear out, you then start to fix it, put another little patch on, start darning it. And because after a while it's a piece of art you're wearing, and it becomes precious to you. When it's worn out, you can just cut little pieces out and put it in the next piece. Handmade is so important. Think of the boro in the Japanese boro, which is all little old pieces, and I will be showing you this in later sessions. And it's usually indigo, which is natural indigo, and it's very precious, and it's all stitched together. And that stitching, to me, when I'm stitching, it's like meditation. It is just running, and I call it a dolphin stitch, because dolphins, baby dolphins, go nice and small. Mother dolphins go a bit bigger. When you see them swimming, father dolphins go bigger. They don't go little and then big and then little and then big. They do it nice and even. So I just pretend I'm a little baby dolphin, and I just stitch small. And somehow the stitches also want to go a certain way. So I listen to it. And it tells me also when I'm finished with my handmade pieces, sometimes you keep on working, but sometimes it tells you, I am finished. So listen to your artwork. Be in tune with your art, whatever it is. I'm really looking forward to share my knowledge with you, and really looking forward as well to, at the end, to see your work. And I'll show you my work and what comes out. And I encourage you to visit all the links that we are provided, that I am providing for you.